Greetings and peace. I would like to start this with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be with you and yours. Today's presentation I would like to do on the esoteric, practical teachings of Freemasonry that you can apply to your life based on my book, The Parallel Teachings of Islam, Sufism, and Freemasonry. I hope you enjoy this, and I represent myself only. This presentation is created strictly for educational, entertainment, fair use, and nonprofit purposes. It does not endorse, promote, or encourage any individual, organization, or ideology referenced within the source material. The content is presented to explore philosophical, symbolic, and spiritual teachings in a comparative and reflective manner, allowing the audience to engage intellectually and critically without persuasion or obligation. The intention is to extract meaningful lessons that can be applied towards personal growth, ethical living, and self-awareness. The viewers are encouraged to think independently, reflect deeply, and apply only what aligns with their own values and understanding. This presentation is not a call to follow any path, but rather an invitation to become a better human being through introspection and conscious living. This work explores the profound philosophical and spiritual intersections between Islam, Sufism, and Freemasonry, presenting them not as competing ideologies, but as distinct expressions of a shared metaphysical truth. Each tradition offers its own symbolic language, rituals, and structures, yet all converge towards the same ultimate aim, which is self-knowledge, refinement of the soul, and realization of the divine. In a time where traditions are often misunderstood or misrepresented, this synthesis highlights their deeper unity while still respecting their differences. It emphasizes lived experience, discipline, and transformation over superficial belief or dogma, encouraging the viewer to move beyond labels and into deeper awareness of spiritual reality. The comparison presented is not surface level or symbolic alone, but deeply metaphysical, focusing on shared understandings of human nature, divine reality, and the process of transformation. All three traditions recognize the human being as a vessel of divine potential and emphasize the necessity of inner refinement to actualize that potential. In the modern world, where spirituality is often diluted into trends or dismissed entirely, these teachings offer structure, depth, and meaning. They provide a framework for navigating confusion, materialism, and existential uncertainty by grounding the individual in discipline, purpose, and higher awareness. The journey of the seeker begins with an inner restlessness, a questioning of purpose and meaning that cannot be satisfied by surface-level answers. Islam provides the foundational structure, offering discipline, moral guidance, and a framework for living through its core practices and principles. Sufism, which is the inner temple of Islam, expands this journey inward, transforming belief into experience through love, remembrance, and purification of the heart. Freemasonry complements this by offering symbolic and allegorical tools that guide the individual through self-refinement, ethical responsibility, and conscious awareness of one's role in this world. Sufism centers on the purification of the heart, teaching that the true obstacle to spiritual realization is the ego and its attachments. Through practices such as remembrance, zikr, fasting, discipline, and guidance from a teacher, the seeker gradually removes the inner impurities that cloud perception. In today's world, where distractions, anxiety, and identity struggles are widespread, this teaching is highly relevant. It offers a path toward inner peace and clarity by encouraging individuals to look inward, confront their limitations, and cultivate sincerity, humility, and awareness. Freemasonry uses symbolic tools such as the square, compass, and level to represent moral discipline, ethical alignment, and equality among individuals. These symbols are not merely decorative, but serve as a constant reminders of the work required to refine one's character and actions. In a modern context marked by moral ambiguity and a lack of direction, these teachings encourage individuals to live with intention, responsibility, and integrity. They emphasize that true growth comes from aligning one's actions with higher principles rather than external validation. Both Sufism and Freemasonry outline structured stages of development, reflecting the gradual nature of spiritual growth, from faith to submission to excellence, or from apprentice to mastery. Each stage represents deeper understanding and transformation. This mirrors modern self-development, reminding us that growth is not instant, but requires patience, discipline, and continuous effort. It challenges the culture of immediacy and reinforces the value of long-term commitment to personal evolution. So this is a journey that should be handled with patience and gratitude. Freemasonry refers to the divine as the grand architect, emphasizing order, structure, and intentional creation, while Sufism speaks of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as an intimate and ever-present reality within the seeker's own being. Together, these perspectives highlights both transcendence and immanence, offering a balanced understanding of the divine. In a divided world, one we have today, this concept promotes unity, encouraging individuals to recognize shared truths beyond differences in language or tradition and meet each other on the level. Symbols and rituals act as vehicles for transmitting deeper truths that cannot be fully expressed through words. They engage the individual not only intellectually, but experientially, allowing for transformation through participation and reflection. In a time dominated by information overload, these practices offer a return to meaning, intentionality, and presence. They remind individuals that true understanding comes from experience, not just knowledge. So experience is the best teacher. The central struggle in both traditions is between the heart, which reflects truth and divine awareness, and the ego, which creates illusion, pride, and separation. True transformation requires overcoming this internal conflict. This is highly relevant today, as issues like narcissism, materialism, and social division stem from unchecked ego. These teachings emphasize humility, empathy, and self-awareness as essential qualities for both personal and societal harmony. Both systems emphasize that true spirituality is demonstrated through service, generosity, and brotherhood. Knowledge without action is incomplete, and personal growth must extend into helping others. In modern society, where isolation and inequality are prevalent, these teachings encourage community, compassion, and shared responsibility as solutions to widespread social issues. The concept of veils explains why truth is not easily perceived, identifying obstacles such as pride, fear, attachment, and false knowledge that obscure clarity. In the modern world, these veils manifest as distractions, consumerism, and ego-driven culture. Recognizing and removing them is essential for achieving clarity and authentic understanding. Sacred geometry represents the underlying order and harmony of the universe, illustrating that both the cosmos and the human soul follow structured patterns. This perspective offers a sense of stability and meaning in a chaotic world, encouraging individuals to seek balance, alignment, and deeper understanding of existence. Time is presented as a relative construct, while the true self exists beyond it. Both traditions encourage focusing on the present moment today as the point of real transformation. This insight is particularly valuable in addressing modern stress and anxiety, helping individuals shift from constant urgency to mindful and purposeful living. So don't worry about yesterday, don't worry about tomorrow, worry about today and how you can make your life better today. Symbolic death represents the destruction of the ego and the emergence of a higher state of awareness. This transformation is essential for spiritual growth, In modern terms, this reflects the need to let go of limiting beliefs, identities, and attachments in order to evolve and reach one's full potential. Both traditions emphasize unity beyond superficial differences, promoting equality and shared humanity as core principles. In today's divided world, this teaching is crucial for addressing conflict, discrimination, and social fragmentation. These teachings provide solutions to contemporary challenges by emphasizing discipline, ethics, and inner work as foundations for a meaningful life. They address issues such as mental health, identity crisis, and moral uncertainty by offering structure, purpose, and clarity. True growth requires balancing inner spiritual development with outward action and responsibility in the world. This balance prevents both materialism and escapism, encouraging a holistic approach to life. Knowledge must be paired with humility and action, otherwise it becomes a source of ego rather than wisdom. In the information age, this highlights the importance of discernment and meaningful application of what we learn. Spiritual development is continuous and cyclical, requiring constant renewal of awareness, discipline, and intention. This reinforces the idea that growth is a lifelong process and not a final destination or something you can achieve today or tomorrow. It's a lifelong journey. All paths ultimately point towards self-knowledge, purification, and connection to the divine, regardless of differences in form or language. This unity offers a powerful framework for navigating both personal and global challenges with wisdom and awareness. For references, this presentation is based on my book, The Parallel Teachings of Islam, Sufism, and Freemasonry, from the eyes of one who has seen it all, available on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and hardcover format, and I'll put the link in the description below. Thank you all for watching. If any questions or comments, please email me at salmansheikh911@gmail.com. And all my work is under the copyright laws of fair use, which is education, nonprofit, free speech, entertainment, and education purposes. Thank you so much. All rights reserved.